I'm back! Make sure to thumb this up if you missed me. And if you don't know me, thumb it up anyway. Okay, thank you very much for your thumbs. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc.com, coming to you with your no frills American Idol commentary from a singer. Yeah, baby, I'm back from India, and is it cold or what? It's 70 degrees. Oh my God, it was 104. Oh, I miss it so much. That's why I got on my Brokeback Mountain shirt right now. All right, so we gonna get into the commentary. We are at the top 4, and we started out with them giving the idols the options of sending someone home, and it was Sam. This was last week, right? Which is what I missed. Okay, thank you guys who all told me what happened. Ryan had a lot of scruff going on today. So he's rolling out of bed with all this stuff not done. And the top 4 are going to be singing 3 songs apiece. They have themes. It's all around love, breakups, makeups, and dedications. So we started with breakups, and Caleb Johnson was the first one up. He did You Give Love a Bad Name by Bon Jovi. And Caleb always seems to bring the show with him, right? I like his intensity and the way he acknowledged the background singers while he was singing and stuff. He got chummy with Keith, then he went into the audience, you know. He just worked the whole stage, the audience, the judges, his band, and everything. Just the consummate performer. This seemed just a little tame though for him. You know, he's always so out there, so but he was a little tame on this. But the vocals were solid and his stagecraft was on point. Keith called it killer and said he really loved the end. J-Lo said she always feels like she's at a rock concert when he performs. Harry told him it was fantastic, but advised him to find some different licks and ad-libs because he said he always does the same one. Then Jessica Meuse was up. She did Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson, and she had a wireless electric guitar for this performance, and I was like, all right, go ahead. I thought she was going to be moving around. I wish she would have had a head mic also so that she could have left from behind that darn mic stand and worked the stage. But I guess they've given up on that enterprise with her, right? She sounded pretty good to me though, a little unpolished for the song. It wasn't necessarily bad, but it wasn't great either. It had a nice raw edge, fitting the feeling of the song. Just, you know, I was just kind of on the fence about it. J-Lo said she felt like the attitude was right, but it didn't complement her vocal style. Harry said that wasn't her best and told her she needs to heighten the performance aspect. Keith told her she needs to pull out all the stops to entertain. Then Ryan announced the audition days and dates for this year's auditions. I don't have them. I don't tell you. You got to go to the website and find out. And the sites for the bus tour, because there will be again another Idol bus tour. Alex Preston was up next. He did Too Close by Alex Clare, and he was up on a lit platform and sounding good as ever. He really seemed to be invested in this song, and I love the edge in his voice and the attitude, and I loved his little last closing passages. Was so jazzy, so nice. Then Jena Irene was up next. She did Heartbreaker by Benatar, and this was something a little strange in the verse going on for me, like her voice cracking or something, but she sounded great when the chorus came in and seemed to be fine from then on. I like how she used her whole body through the parts of the song and ended on a big, full, clear note. Keith called her a killer singer and said she had a great range but didn't think it was totally committed. J-Lo called it a controlled and commanding performance. Harry said vocally it was a 10 out of 10 but felt like she was restricted, and J-Lo showed her how to walk in heels because she was like, oh, you know, wearing the heels and I just didn't want to blah blah and other, and J-Lo showed how to get in the rhythm. She's like, you ain't gotta go crazy, you just gotta do this, and she just you gotta watch it. This J-Lo ain't no joke, okay? Then we got to the second part, which was dedications. Again, Caleb Johnson started us out. He did Travelin Band by Creedence Clearwaqter Revival, and he dedicated it to his band at home. And from the beginning, this was on the money. He was sounding a little bit like me, between a mix of like Little Richard and Jerry Lee Lewis, but he was doing his own thing with it and then changing up to a blues beat at the end. He got just a little behind on that. I think somewhere in his breath something was off. But he ended with a big bang scream and just a really good performance. J-Lo said he killed it again. Harry said it was fantastic. Keith said it was excellent. Jessica Meuse was up next. She did So What by Pink, and she dropped the guitar for this and came off a little cheesy to me. I just don't know, especially in the beginning. Her voice sounded best when she was singing the chorus, but the rest and the beginning, the attitude and the choppier parts, I don't know, it just wasn't there. And I felt like her movement is just so, I felt like she needs a Zumba class or something, you know, just to be able to learn how to move in her body. J-Lo had better moves in her chair. Harry told her she's an amazing talent, but didn't think she chose the right song for her voice. Keith agreed with him, and so did J-Lo. Jena Irene did Bad Romance by Lady Gaga and dedicated to her friends, and she gave this a lot of sweetness in the beginning, and I like the way she caressed love at the endings of her phrases. She got a serious light show and 2 platforms, and she didn't exactly rave because she said, oh, I'm gonna go out there and rave, but this was better than the last performance vocally and physically. She moved more, she walked more, she went to the audience and everything, though I still don't think she gets the motivation aspect of movement. And what I mean by that is, you know, sometimes you can be on a stage, you can be anywhere, and you can walk here, and you can walk there, and you can walk there, and you can walk there. But when you sing, when you're performing, something should pull you here. You should be going towards something. You should be moving. You know, even if it's when I'm going to the left, I'm going to sing to that person over there. When I'm going to the right, I'm going to sing. When I'm going up on the platform, I'm going up here so that I can present to everybody. She was just kind of walking from place to place, hitting her marks and singing, and that's just, you know, that's just a little extra something that you have to think about when you perform, and she's not quite there yet. Alex Preston was up next. He did I'm Yours by Jason Mraz, and he dedicated that to his girlfriend who was in the audience, and he pulled out the ukulele for this and came off just a little nasal in the beginning, but I was enjoying him as always, and I have nothing more to say about that. I was sitting there enjoying the performance. Forget the typing, man. J-Lo said she loves watching him do what he does, but he needs to surprise us in some way. Harry basically said he didn't put his Alex spin on it. Keith said the last 8 bars were the best for him. And for the last round, we had the makeup songs. Caleb Johnson started it out again with Maybe I'm Amazed by Paul McCartney, and I was feeling this song in Caleb's voice so much. He had all the tenderness and the powerful undercurrent that it takes to deliver it well, and I got the chills when he went for them higher notes on And again, I got him when he started preaching. At the end, he started preaching, boy, and I was just like, oh my God. J-Lo and Keith stood for him. Harry said it was nice to hear him sing softly and told him it was phenomenal. Keith told him he nailed it. J-Lo said tonight was his best performance since the beginning. Then Jessica Meuse did You and I by Lady Gaga, and this sounded really good in her voice, and it's that story type of song that she really does so well. And when the band dropped out, it was really, it was just a really great choice that brought out the silkiness in her voice, and then she showed us the rough side. It just one of her best performances for me. Keith said it was the perfect song for her. J-Lo agreed and said it highlighted the strengths in her voice. Harry told her she killed it and it was perfectly suited for her. Then Jena Irene did I Can't Help Falling in Love with You by Elvis, and at first I did not think this was going to be a good song choice. I really didn't. I was like, such an old song for her, but she sat at the piano and created a moment for herself. I've always loved her tone and her phrasing, and then I wrote they got some kind of glitch in the middle of it and blah blah blah, and I was like, oh Lord, what's going on? And then it just went back in. But we got to hear all her big full notes, and J-Lo was on her feet before she finished. Keith also stood for her, and J-Lo went on the stage to kiss her before the critique started, and J-Lo went back to her chair and said she reinvented the song. Harry told her it took immense courage to do the song like that and called it incredible. Keith called her a musical platypus and said it was spellbinding. Alex Preston finished out the night with Yellow by Coldplay, and he was doing such a great job of going in and out of his falsetto on this and had me just feeling the vibes, and he was hitting that guitar and the vocal production was going on, and he just had everything going on. One of his best performances for me. Just really, really great. Harry said there's been some great performances tonight, and that was one of them. Keith said he has a poetic vulnerability. J-Lo tried to say he's integral to this competition, but said he's integral. And for that, we finished out the night. What did you guys think of the performances? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to thumb up the commentary for me. And I missed you guys, but I had such a great time in India. I'm going to have a bunch of videos coming up. I'm going to have some. I've made one link down here. If you're on Facebook, make sure to check my page or follow me on Facebook. And I will be putting up photos over the next few days. I have to, you know, edit them a little bit and everything like that. Yeah, oh my God, it's so good to be back to Idol. But I still wish that I was in India because I still love that. I love the heat. I love the heat. Oh, this is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc.com. I am out. Peace and namaste.